Happy St. Patrick's Day, Simran.
Happy St. Patty's Day to you too, Shahir.
What a fun, informative, educational episode it was. We had the TikTok lawyer herself come into our studios and talk all things visa.
Did you say fun? Do you not see the pain I'm in with my broken arm? Like, I think I need to get it amputated soon.
She's just being a bit dramatic. We also spoke about this iconic couple doing the most with food wastage. So they go out a lot for food, but they make sure that everything that they don't eat, they give it to the people in need.
Exactly. So hear all about it on today's show, and make sure to subscribe to wherever you're listening from. Hey guys, welcome back to Lovin Dubai show, where we take you through the top trending stories of what is happening in and around the city. I am Simran.
And I'm Shahir. Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday and happy St. Patrick's Day.
Today's stories are: the Burj Khalifa is the world's #1 on the bucket list location.
And 2 Dubai content creators are reducing food wastage one meal at a time.
And Dubai police to launch an annual campaign to tackle begging during Ramadan.
And right after a short break, we will have the TikTok lawyer herself coming in, answering all your visa-related questions.
And the ultimate Paddy's Day Fest is happening at Dubai Media City Amphitheater this morning. Casey is down there, Rich is down there, and it's quite a buzz. So we're going to have the live stream from there in just a bit after all our stories. But yeah, before we jump into our first story, happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patty's Day. The air's feeling green today.
Right?
Everyone's blissful. It's a Friday. And in honor, Casey arranged a little game for us. She's not here today. She's down at the event, which you guys will see after a short break. But Casey arranged a little game for us.
We will play that game, but first I was wondering before the show. So Casey has told me numerous times what is the significance of St. Patrick's Day. So let me tell you guys what it is all about. For those who don't know, St. Patrick's Day is a cultural and religious holiday that commemorates the death of Saint Patrick, the patron saint of Ireland. It is celebrated annually on March 17th, which is believed to be the date of his death in the year 461 AD.
Whoa.
Yeah, and St. Patrick is known for spreading Christianity throughout Ireland during the 5th century. He's also credited with using 3-leaved shamrock to explain the Holy Trinity to the Irish people, hence the,
3-leaf clover.
Yeah.
Right?
The Irish luck.
Yeah. Well, there's your daily dose of history from Simran herself. So back to Casey's game. She arranged a little game for us. She gave us a ton of Irish slang and she wants to see if we can figure it out.
Okay.
You want to do one, I do one?
So I have the answers, which I'm not looking at.
Wow.
I really am not. I'm not going to cheat for this.
Okay, I'll go first.
Yeah.
Okay, first one's up to 90. What do you think that means?
Up to 90, like up to 90. What's up to 90? That's up to 90. I would say like it's good, but not good enough.
Yeah, I feel like it's up to the standards. Like, yeah, great. Like it's above average.
Exactly.
But not it yet.
Not the best. Yes.
Not the best.
Yeah, that's what I would think, right? So this means that someone is very busy or highly active, as if they were working at 90% capacity. Okay, so it's like when you have a lot of work tasks, you just go like, listen, I'm up to 90.
Yeah.
I can't do this.
Don't let me get to 100.
That's when we, things go out the roof. Okay, the next one is give it a lash.
Give it a lash. I feel like give it a go.
Yeah.
Right?
Of course, that's what it sounds.
Yeah.
Right? It is.
Yeah.
Correct, you got that.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So you're reading the answers, okay?
I'm reading it right now. Okay. Bajangs. I don't know.
Bajangs.
Bajangs.
Banjaxed? I don't know, like flabbergasted, shocked?
Bajangs. They're shocked. It sounds like a shock.
Yeah.
Let me see. This means something is broken or not working properly. Oh, okay.
So Simran, you're bajanged.
Oh, I was going to say something that you didn't want to hear this morning.
No. Okay, what about leg it? I feel like go with it or ring it.
Leg it, yeah. Like give it a go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. It means to run away or to leave quickly.
Oh.
Okay, when you want to
leg it from a
relationship.
Yeah.
Or leg it from work. As soon as the clock strikes 6,
I'm legging
leg
it. I'm legging it. Okay, minus crack.
Minus crake?
Crack, I think. I think it means like
crake.
Not funny.
Minus crake.
Crack.
I don't think it's crack. It's crick.
Casey, are you watching? Can you assist, please? I'm pretty sure it's crack. Because crack's like jokes, you know? Like, you've got good crack. So minus crack, I assume, is
Crick. Okay.
you're in the negative of being funny.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. This
Am
means
I?
that something is not fun or enjoyable.
Okay. Manky?
Manky? Manky. I feel like it's like a man, like bummer. Sounds like that. Manky.
I think manky is like not it. Like,
Manky, like oh
yeah, like
man.
minging. Like,
Yeah,
that
not
meal I
it.
had yesterday was manky.
Yeah, like not it. Yeah.
Not it.
Okay, let's see. That means that something is dirty, unappealing, or gross. Yes,
Yeah.
we got it.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I had to say this.
Kulchi?
Kulchi, like kulcha king. Is that a bread? I don't know. I'm not reading the meaning. Kulchi,
Ooh, tough one.
kulchi, kulchi.
Like all good. I feel like everything's culchy.
Kulchi. Yeah, it gives that vibe. No?
Yeah.
Kulchi. Like, yeah, culchi. Okay, so that means a slang term for someone who comes from a rural area. Okay.
Oh, okay.
You would never guess that one.
Like, oh, you're a culchy. Right?
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
what I
know,
would be
like
saying to
in a
you,
sentence.
Yeah. Jammy.
Okay, I wish you gave us sentences instead of just one words.
Yeah.
Jammy, tasty? Like jam?
Jammy. Like, that's very jammy. Jammy?
I don't know. I'm trying to.
Like, I would think it's like a short form for pajamas.
Or, oh my god, that's smart. I was gonna say like traffic jam.
Like, that's jammy. Like congested, right?
Yeah.
That could be a thing, but no. This means someone is lucky or fortunate.
Okay. You're a jammy person.
We are literally not jammy.
I feel like you've always got the jam.
I wish.
This was interesting. Lob the gob.
Love the gob. You know, I remember this from last year because it was my favorite. It means to like.
Okay.
What?
Nothing.
Lob the gob.
Mm-hmm.
That means to like smooch.
Is it? Okay, check.
The slang is the term for someone giving a kiss.
Oh. You're lobbing someone's gob, I guess.
Lob
I don't
the
know.
gob, yeah. Yeah, there you go. Your
Okay.
Irish slang for you for the. Did you want to give them a rundown of it one more time?
Okay, so up to
Recap.
90,
Up to 90.
full capacity. Give it
Yes.
a lash.
Give it a lash is someone trying to give something a go.
Yeah, okay. Bajangs.
Broken or not working properly.
Like it.
To run away quickly
Minus crack.
when something is not fun or enjoyable.
Manky.
This means when something is dirty, unappealing, or gross.
Jammy.
Jammy when someone is quite lucky or fortunate.
Lob the gob.
Lob the glob. It's a slang term for wanting to give a kiss or a smooch.
There you go. There you
There you go.
Before we jump into the stories, which Ali's trying to rush us to, I just want to give a quick shout out to Alice. It's her 30th birthday today.
Alice!
So happy birthday, Alice. We love you.
Happy
We appreciate you. Thank you for taking me to McDonald's 3 times a week. You're inspiring. I'm so proud of how far you've come. You're literally one of the greatest friends I have. And I'm sorry for that one time I accidentally spat on you, and I can't wait to see you in a few months.
How sweet was that? That was actually the best birthday shout out we've had on the show ever. Where is Alice right now?
She's in Taiwan.
Taiwan. Oh my gosh. Alice!
Happy birthday, girl.
She was the cutest. She is the cutest. Well, was the cutest. Put in the past tense.
She is. We'll see her back in a few months.
So, happy birthday to you, Alice. And our first story is Dubai police launch a campaign to tackle begging during Ramadan. So Dubai police are back with a yearly campaign to tackle the problem of begging during Ramadan, and they're asking everyone to avoid feeling sympathetic towards beggars and instead donate through registered charities to ensure your contributions are going to those in genuine need.
So last year, the police arrested 382 beggars and 222 street vendors during Ramadan. There's a lot of people breaking the law. This year, inspections are going to be more rigorous, but the police also want to help you figure out need your help to figure out and report any begging that comes along. So basically call the help center or the call center 901 or the Dubai Police app.
And this year's campaign has an interesting slogan, which is begging is a wrong concept of compassion. And it's a joint effort with Islamic Affairs and Charitable Activities Department, the General Directorate of Residency and Foreign Affairs in Dubai, and the municipality to help make sure that people aren't taking advantage of the holy month.
And also, did you know that giving back to charities is considered a great act of generosity during Ramadan? So, by donating to a registered charity, you not only help those in need, but you're fulfilling your religious obligations and you just feel more fulfilled during Ramadan.
Exactly, very true. So, we have so many charitable organizations in the UAE that if you are wanting to give back to the community too, you can just reach out, you can go to their websites. Donating is so easy. It's literally like a click away. And I'm sure all these like apps that you use on a daily basis will have something or the other for you to like partake in as well. So it'll just make it that much more easier. And
for clarity, the reason why you're asked not to be charitable to beggars specifically is because a few reasons. A, you don't know if it's genuine and you don't know if they're really in need. And if they're not, then that money or food or whatever you're giving out to people could go to someone that actually needs it. The second reason is because the government and the city and all these entities are doing what is needed to help the people in need. So there's always going to be a resource for the people that are looking for any support in any way.
Yeah. And during Ramadan, we see a lot of people wanting to give back to the community. And here you start seeing food drives, clothing drives, and just so many ways that people are helping out. So do watch out for that. And volunteers, places where you can volunteer, so you can just do it in a very legal way. And our next story is the Burj Khalifa.
Oh yeah, is number one on the bucket list of locations. So Burj Khalifa is not only the world's tallest building, but it's also the top of people's bucket list for locations around the world.
Right.
And you can guess why realistically. It's free to look at and it's magnificent and it's 828-meter length. And while you're at the top, you can also see Dubai skyline, or sorry, all of Dubai in general, the Dubai Fountain, Burj Park, and Dubai Mall. So you have this gorgeous view of the entire city. And it's not like any other city. So there's like levels to its beauty and every corner has something new to offer.
And you know what's the funniest thing about being on top of the Burj Khalifa? It's like you would look down and you would expect to see more desert than water. But it's more water than the desert.
Literally every like few degrees in angle that you go, there's something new to look at. Like, understandably why it's number one on people's bucket list.
Of course, and the bucket list of hotspots around the globe was compiled by Compare the Market in an attempt to narrow down people's bucket lists to just one list. So that is no easy task.
And also topping the list, the top 5 locations include Taj Mahal in India, Niagara Falls in Canada, New York City, Eiffel Tower in Paris, and of course Burj Khalifa, number 1 on the list.
That's so funny. And number 3, you have New York City and New York. Just go to New York.
Yeah.
That itself is a bucket list.
Yeah, 100%. Like, all of New York has a lot to offer. It's a lot like Dubai.
I would think they would give a specific place, like, you know, Times Square in New York. Or like the Madison Square Garden, like a specific landmark. But it's like,
no, we want to go to everything.
Yeah.
Give it to me all. Yeah. I'll go to Paris for Eiffel Tower, but I want everything in New York.
Yeah, you know what? If you go to Paris, if you're staying in Paris, if your hotel or the place you're staying in doesn't have a view of the Eiffel Tower,
then what are you doing? Did you go to Paris?
You're just doing Paris so wrong.
Yeah, our colleague Taz went literally 1 week ago, and just seeing the pictures, it looked so beautiful.
Oh, wow.
She took really cool pictures and
of the Eiffel Tower?
Of her with the Eiffel Tower. It looked so Tumblr, so Pinteresty, and I was like, Taz, like, create an Instagram account. You can be an influencer.
She had one. She just stopped using it. But like, that's what, like, once you have pictures from Paris, that's when you revive your Instagram again.
100%, honestly.
New me, new year, new Eiffel Tower, new me.
Taz in Paris.
Taz
the spin-off from Emily in Paris.
Oh my god, I love that. Love the sound of that. But I can't wait for Emily in Paris season 4.
You know
I don't know
what?
why initially, like, I was just so against that show. I'm like, how frivolous.
Yeah.
It's such a waste of time. And then I got hooked and I didn't even know how and when.
It does that to you. I'm a
Right?
victim as well. There was nothing on Netflix. No, like every show was on hiatus, and I was like, what am I gonna lose at this point?
Yeah.
And guess what? I'm 3 seasons in.
Oh, we're all victims of Emily in Paris. If you are a victim of Emily in Paris, put your hands up.
Guys at the back, nothing to be
Uh,
ashamed of here.
Okay, so two Dubai content creators are reducing food wastage one meal at a time. Now, reducing food wastage has always been a hot topic, and it's not surprising why. Food is a precious resource, and we often forget how much goes into producing our food. And from the land it's grown on to the water and energy used, a lot goes into producing a single meal. And that's why it's important to reduce food wastage whenever possible. And these two content creators are leading the way in making a difference. And with a donation initiative, Dubai-based content creators Noor and Ajay are paving the way for a more sustainable and bountiful future by reducing food wastage in their own way.
Claps to them, claps to them. It's a simple practice of repackaging leftovers and handing it out to the less fortunate, but the little gesture does go a long way. The duo shared a video on their Instagram, bringing awareness to the subject and repurposing takeouts. Ajay and Noor are often involved in food shoots, and it's not uncommon that food is left over, goes to waste. Instead of letting it go, just like wasting it and throwing it out, they donate it to the ones in need. They package the food in clean takeout boxes and donate it to hardworking people who could use a good meal.
Exactly, and Ajay and Noor are encouraging everyone to take small steps towards being more sustainable and kind to those around them. And they suggest donating any leftover food to those in need, such as security guards, car cleaners, laborers, or anyone else who could use a good meal. And the couple is reminding all that it's crucial to ensure that the food is in good condition and hasn't been tampered with before donating them away.
That's right, and we should all take a page out of Ajay and Noor's book and be more generous together. Small gestures can have a significant impact, and it's up to you to make the difference, no matter how small. So the next time you have leftover food, just consider donating it to the ones in need. You never know how much of a difference it could make to their day, and just like,
Exactly.
it's a small act.
That's so true. And we know so many restaurants out there, like when you have leftover food, like it's just going to be thrown away. So instead, like if you're able to get it parceled, if it's like if the quantity is good enough to get it parceled, and you're not in the mood to have it later, give it away, like just give it out, give it to the laborers, security guards.
I was gonna say like the security guard in your house. For me, that's one thing I do. If it's not that, then I give it to like the stray cats on the street.
Yeah.
Just because there's a ton in Dubai, and there's definitely going to be one lingering in your building.
That they can consume, like
of course,
or
like mac and cheese or whatever.
Yeah,
like don't give mac and cheese to cats. But like it doesn't, like if you don't know how to give it to the people in need, or it's time crucial and the food might not be the best after a few hours or a few days, there are different ways that you can just not waste it. If it's vegetables, you can literally just like toss it in the garden, as long as you're not littering. But like if you have a garden, if it's vegetables, just throw it in, and that could be composted and be used for the soil.
Exactly. Like there's so many ways to combat food wastage, and if we all do it individually, it will just like every drop makes an ocean.
Yeah.
So if we all contribute together, like we all take the initiative to make sure, like, okay, the food that we're having and consuming, even in our homes, it doesn't necessarily have to be restaurants. Like even in your own home, when you make like too much and some of the food is like excess food, you can pack it, parcel it, and give it away, or you can like use it for compost, give it, feed strays with it. There's so many ways that there are so many ways to combat this. And it's amazing that content creators are bringing it to our attention right before Ramadan, because we know a lot of food gets made for iftars, right?
Yeah.
And there is food wastage.
100%. And it's literally just thinking about others, and a little goes a long way. So Ajay and Noor, am I pronouncing his name right?
Good job.
Good job, guys. Good job.
It is St. Patrick's Day. Let us know what your plans are on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you're watching from. Let us know where all you'll be visiting to celebrate. And if you're celebrating, we know Casey and Rich are celebrating this morning.
Having the time of their lives.
Where from?
The Dubai Media City Amphitheater. They're enjoying their time. Casey also had a live coverage of what's going on. So That's going to go up for you in 5, 4, 3, 2. Ali, that's your cue.
Thank you, Simran. Thank you, Shahir. And happy St. Patrick's to everyone. We are beyond excited to be down here at Dubai Media City Amphitheatre for the biggest Irish celebration of the year, which is kicking off all weekend, all thanks to McGettigan's. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. But first of all, happy St. Patrick's to everyone here. We're so excited to kick it off. This is part of the Irish Business Network. They have this amazing setup. We're right next to McGettigan's in Soup Madinat. And if you know McGettigan's, they are the best in town for going big for a big Irish celebration. It doesn't matter what day of the year it is. And of course, it is St. Patrick's Day, so they are going to go bigger. They have a brunch running at most of the McGettigan's across the city. And then the big party, the ultimate Paddy's Fest, is happening at Dubai Media City Amphitheatre tomorrow. And it's got not one, but two, but three big Irish acts coming in. And we are super excited. And if you want to be down there with us, you better get your tickets now. The party's kicking off today. Today is officially March 17th, St. Patrick's Day. But the Irish don't just party one day. We take two, we take our time, we take three. So we're going to go big all weekend. We want you there with us tomorrow, so you can get your tickets if you want to make a big day of it. And let me tell you, it's going to be an Irish party. We are going big, so brunch is going to kick off, and you can get a brunch ticket anywhere across the city with McGettigan's, and then take a bus over to the Media City Amphitheatre, and the brunch tickets is 399, and then for your full ticket it's 649. So brunch, then party. I know loads of people here are going to be down with us, and we cannot wait for it. This is all happening Dubai Media City Amphitheatre with McGettigan's, and it's the ultimate Paddy's Day party. I've already mentioned there's big acts coming in. We have The Script coming to town. Yes, we cannot wait to see The Man Who Can't Be Moved live there. We also have Monday. What's your favourite Monday song, Rich? July is going to be live. We cannot wait for that. It's going to be so cool. And if you know McGettigan's, they don't just go big for parties. They have taken over the Dubai Media City Amphitheatre before, and they are masters, they are legends at making that venue huge. It's going to be so cool. It's an all-day party. We also have Lee Hart. We also have an RJ coming in from Ireland for the big day to make sure that you get the best of Irish on the day. So it's going to be music, crack, dancing, everything that you could possibly imagine, all down Dubai Media City Amphitheatre, Saturday, March 18th. That's tomorrow. Get your tickets now. We want to see you there. Guys, we're down here for St. Patrick's Day. We're so excited. Happy St. Patrick's to you all. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's. My name's Dave Kasanak.
And your name?
Emmett.
Ashling.
And Massa Lawless.
And where are you all from?
Me, originally Blackpool, but I've been in Dubai 37 years. I'm Celtic. I'm Scottish, Irish, English, Welsh, so I've got a bit of everything in me.
And what brings you down to celebrate St. Patrick's Day here today?
I've come to see how McGettigan's do it because I run the Irish Village.
Love that.
I've come to support the IBN. I mean, last year today, it was in the Expo Irish Village, so I always go to the IBN, and it's nice to see everybody. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
And you're decked in the Irish colours. Love the tie.
I tried. I made an effort. Yeah, I made an effort.
Okay, guys, and what brings you down here today?
Just to meet interesting people like all these.
Same, part of the IBN.
And is this where the St. Patrick's Day celebrations ends, or do you have more plans for the weekend?
Oh no, absolutely. Keep going all weekend.
It all starts coming to the Irish Village.
There you go. Yeah, exactly. VIP access now.
Yeah, no problem.
And what about you? We love your dress.
Oh, thank you.
What does a St. Patrick's Day celebration look like to you?
I guess when everyone meets, Irish people mingle with each other, they also show how patriotic they are. And when they go to even to their workplaces, they are talking about St. Patrick's Day. So, yeah.
And how do celebrations differ to here from in Ireland?
Well, I guess the main thing is the parade, usually in every town in Ireland. But here, maybe we'll have one next year. There's talk about it. So you never know. Yes.
You heard it here, guys. We don't have a parade, but we do have big parties and the Ultimate Paddy's Day Festival happening at Dubai Media City Amphitheatre. Thank you so much, everyone, for your time. And happy St. Patrick's Day to you all. What's your name?
My name's Tara.
And where are you from, Tara?
I'm from Galway, from a small place called Clare, Galway.
And we're not in Galway now. What brings you to celebrate Paddy's Day this morning?
Well, I guess I wanted to come here and meet with the Irish community, as you know, there's a good few of us here, and it's always nice to be around people who celebrate it. As you know, you can get lost with work, and it's nice to realign and meet everyone. And look at this, like, you got the traditional music here, so it feels like home.
It's definitely not a bad place to be on a Friday morning.
No, definitely not. And you know, you got the sunshine. If I was back home, there'd be a bit of rain, so it's always nice to have a bit of sun, meet some nice Irish people, and yeah, set up the day good.
Well, I was going to ask, how does Paddy's Day differ here than at home? But you already said the weather. Is there any other differences?
Maybe the crack. The crack is always better back home. But look, I'll see how the day goes. I think there's a few pool parties and a few events on over the weekend celebrating St. Patrick's Day. So we'll see what's on.
And what are your plans for the rest of the weekend?
Well, tonight, like I said, there's an event on with a couple of the Irish gang, and then tomorrow the script are on.
Yes.
So obviously gonna have to go to that, and yeah, that's the main plans. And then maybe the beach on the Sunday for the hangover.
Amazing. So we'll see you down there tomorrow, Megedian's Ultimate Paddy's Day Fest. Thank you so much, Tara. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. So there you have it, guys. The party starts today, March 17th, but it's going all weekend. We want you down partying with us tomorrow at Dubai Media City Amphitheatre. The party's going all day. So pick a brunch at any Megedigan's across town, then get yourself down to Dubai Media City Amphitheatre. We have the Script, Coronas, Mundy, Lee Hart, people coming from Ireland. It's going to be big. We want you there. Get your tickets now, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Okay, so welcome back to Lovin Dubai show, you guys. Now, with all the visa changes taking place, you guys had a ton of questions. So we thought, who better to bring in than the TikTok lawyer herself, Ludmila Yamalova. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
It's a pleasure to finally have you on the show. We've been stalking you for, I think, years, months.
Well, the
on
stalking
social
is
media.
mutual. I have been stalking you as well, and I've been waiting for this moment, and finally has arrived. So thank you very much for the invitation.
Of course, the pleasure is all ours.
I don't know how right it is to say stalking a lawyer, though. Stalking to
It's
a
okay.
lawyer.
I took note of this, and I think we're gonna have a few recordings.
It's unfortunate that you're gonna have this footage later, so I just won't
Yes.
send it to you.
It's okay. I'm sure others are already capturing it.
Okay.
So the evidence.
We're talking to a lawyer. Guards up.
Well, thanks for being here. Can you start off by telling us about yourself and what you do and how you got into TikTok?
Okay, so I am a U.S. qualified lawyer, and I've been in the UAE, who would have thought, 15 years now.
Wow.
I came, as so many of us, for what I thought was going to be 1 year. I moved here from San Francisco, wanted the adventure and travel around, and 15 years later, I am still here. So the opportunity was sort of seized the opportunity and decided to set up my own law practice. And I've basically been doing the same thing. I'm fairly boring in that regard. I haven't really ventured out in any other disciplines. I've been in the same office in JLT for the last 15 years. So fairly kind of boring pedigree, if you will, or history. Just practicing law in the same place, in the same city, in the same office for 15 years. And I had been privileged enough, until COVID, that is, to not even have to market my business, because I had been on the radio for many years. I was a legal commentator on different platforms, including for a lot of the different periodicals or newspapers. I'm not sure if you can even use that word anymore. Nobody really uses
What's
paper.
a newspaper?
The national. Yeah, I know exactly. This is a different generation. This is yeah. So you need to look at that in encyclopedia. You might be able to find the definition.
What's that?
So I did not have to market much, and it's still the UAE and the Dubai in particular is a fairly small place. So the word of mouth kind of worked for me until COVID, that is. And so when COVID came, and it affected our business, as it did so many other businesses, and so I basically had to sort of think outside the box and try to figure out a way to reinvent myself and rebrand. And part of that was to embrace the new social order, the new world order, and that is social media. So I know I look very young, your generation, but I'm a little older than you. So everything to do with social media is not really my space. But I thought, listen, if I'm going to try to do something different, I need to bring the younger generation who can introduce me to perhaps other tools. And when I hired finally the marketing manager, Sumaya, so I remember during her interview, she goes, "I'll put you on TikTok." I was horrified. I mean, like, all I knew about TikTok, sort of kind of the very high level.
Oh, Sumaya, she nailed it.
She's amazing.
Honestly, I have to tell you. I mean, all I knew was that there's just the dancing and the sort of the entertainment. So, so when she said if she was going to do TikTok, first I thought she was crazy, but then I thought, well, listen, if I don't want to be the dinosaur. I don't want to die out. So here's the younger generation introducing new ideas. So let me embrace, and voila. So I remember, I hope you did not watch my first TikTok video. It was very stiff, and I was perhaps a little less comfortable in my own skin. But the idea of TikTok was reaching out. Is just I had been in the UAE for so long, and as sort of as dynamic as this country is in terms of the legal field, it's still a fairly new country. So I was kind of became a jack of many trades, I'd like to think. So there's so much I could offer and I could share, but how do you share with the broader masses? And still I have a very small law practice, so I don't have the capacity to help people for free, all the people that need legal help. And so the idea of TikTok was to be able to actually provide this sort of content, this legal content. And actually, so Sumayya's idea was to use TikTok for education purposes, not just entertainment and educational purposes. And since law is for the people, but yet so few people know actually about the law. And part of it is that the UAE is a country of expats. And so when you come from different countries, how do you know where to look for the laws? Plus, most of the laws are originally in Arabic, and the laws are developing so much. So how do you educate yourself about what to do and not to do in this country? So having this platform on TikTok all of a sudden gave me the reach to the broader masses and to just the broader community. And I remember the first video, I think, made it into 80,000 people, the first video. Wow. So I think that was it. That was kind of the beginning of where we are right now and the beginning of the end. And that's, and I have to tell you, it's been, interestingly enough, social media has also forced me to develop and evolve as well, because there's been such a great demand in terms of just information and people asking about questions I would have never in the past wanted to research. I had a reason to research, for example. And so as a result, it's been a very mutual kind of dynamic growing process. So I provide information, I get different kinds of questions, and so we research those, we share them. And so as a lawyer, I've become a lot more accessible, more knowledgeable, and broader, and many different subjects. And we've had just tremendous feedback from people. I went to Global Village for the first time recently, I have to say, and I'm a convert now. But people are just approaching me like, listen, you've helped us, you've changed my life. I did not know, I was a prisoner basically. I didn't have my passport, I didn't have my documents, and listening to your content, I even have this on video, believe it or not. It was such a kind of impromptu comment, but people have come and thank you. And so that obviously stimulates you and motivates you to continue to do more.
Well, thank you so much, honestly, on behalf of the UAE, because you've really removed the jargons from law and you've dumped it down for us, made it so much more easier for us to understand the different laws and different regulations and different rules. But we have so many questions coming in on social media about visas that we will jump right into it. So the golden visa, right? How does that work, and what exactly are the eligibility criteria to qualify, basically?
So the golden visa, number one, it's a 10-year visa. It's a 10-year visa, and it's granted. And so there's different categories of professionals or talent that could qualify. You could do it as a real estate investor. You could do it as an executive of a business. You could do it as an entrepreneur, as a scientist, as somebody who has basically ultimately somebody who can create or contribute into the UAE economy, either financially or talent-wise. So there's many categories. I think there's 10 or 12 different categories. But ultimately, in terms of the benefits, you get a 10-year residence visa. Now, with all full benefits, and then your whole family can qualify as well, including your children and even older children. In the past, for example, for sons, once they reach the age of 18, you could no longer sponsor, for example, your children. Under the Golden Visa, those limitations have been removed. Also, one of another benefits for many is that it allows you to be outside of the country for more than 6 months without having to come back and recheck. In order to maintain your status. One of the other benefits is that you can sponsor domestic help for more than 1 year, and that's for 2 years, again, for a lot of families who live here. And then you can, and on this golden visa, so you're your self-sponsor. So all of a sudden you don't have anybody, no company, no business that is your sponsor for residence purposes. You are your own self-sponsor, and it basically states that so. But on this visa, you can work, you can invest, you can start up companies, you can invest in different types of ventures. So it's more or less kind of an all-encompassing in terms of your ability to not just live in the UAE, but also work.
Okay, so we're getting questions. So with this visa, right, the golden visa, you right now said you can. So basically, you don't need to be on a employer's visa. It's going to be your own visa. Number
Correct,
one,
yes.
And number two, can people sponsor their parents or siblings, or anyone who've had legal cases on them and are out of the country?
So they can sponsor. Your parents, your siblings. Not your siblings. Your parents, your spouse, and your children, not your siblings.
Okay.
No. Actually, sorry. You can't sponsor certain siblings. But obviously not if it's.
So what if they have legal cases on them and they're out of the country for those purposes?
So there's two different sort of things. If you have legal cases and being out of the country, so you can actually sponsor your family members if they're outside of the country. And one of the other benefits of the golden visa is when you apply. So as a main golden visa holder, you can apply for your family members from the outside, and they have longer time to even stay outside of the country in order for them to come back before they come back and actually process their visa. So that's one of the other benefits. So, but ultimately, they too will need to go through the medical. So, and that you cannot do from outside the country. You do have to come back here and donate your blood and get your medical test. So, for that, you will still have to come back here. So part of it, the majority of the process, you could do remotely, but for ultimately getting your Emirates ID, you do need to do the medical, and for that you need to be in the UAE. With regards to legal cases, that's something else. So if you have a legal case, there are two types of legal case. There's a civil case and there's a criminal case. A civil case in of itself does not prevent you from entering the country or from traveling freely. It doesn't impose a travel ban on you or any kind of arrest warrant. A civil case, right? But a criminal case, that's a different matter. So a criminal case usually does lead to some sort of a travel ban or some sort of an arrest. So if somebody has had these kinds of cases, those cases would need to be resolved first before they're able to apply for a new residence visa here. And that's for obvious reasons, because for immigration purposes, in order for you to apply anew, you first need to close your previous immigration file or update that immigration file.
What about siblings? You were saying that you can do it for certain siblings. What's the criteria and eligibility for that?
So, for example, you could do it for the younger, the minor siblings, and also siblings who perhaps are dependent on, for example, special needs siblings. So we've had a few clients who have been able to sponsor their siblings with special needs. But for example, if it's your brother, that kind of falls out of scope. But if it's a younger, minor sibling, particular special needs, but actually with special needs, you can also sponsor. Basically infinitely. So even if you have an older brother but he has special needs, he'd also qualify.
If I'm your older brother and I am dependent on you.
You are my older brother by age. Look.
If I'm financially dependent on you, does that mean I'm eligible?
So with dependency here has more to do with physical and sort of mental dependency versus financial. But so apologies, I would not be able to sponsor you, my older brother.
So the green visa, people have a lot of questions about that, because they say that only if you are a green visa holder, only then can your son or daughter work as a student, but that is not true, because now any student is eligible to work in the UAE. So what exactly are the benefits of the green visa and who's eligible for that?
Sure. So maybe at a high level, there's three types of residence visa, if you will. There's the golden visa, which is 10 years. There's a green visa, which is 5 years. And then there is the peasant visas, like employee visas, like myself, for 2 years. Okay? So the basically
the lawyer, she can say that.
The employee visas. So on the golden visa, so if you are a student in the country, but you're sponsored by your family, so you could be sponsored by your family and also be on the golden visa and then still attend the university. And also work. So in the golden visa, basically you get all the benefits, right? That's why it's called golden. Now with the green visa, it's a 5-year visa. It's also self-sponsorship, and there are different types of green visas. So it's also for professionals, either for investors or for professionals, kind of the general category. So for professionals, if you have a bachelor degree, for example, and more like an advanced degree, and there's two different categories. So you could be working for someone. So for example, I could be working for you, my older brother, and I earn 15,000 dirhams a month. Just on the basis of that, I can receive. So again, there's an employment relationship, and I have 15,000 dirhams a month. I can receive my own green visa, and it's also self-sponsorship. So there's an employment relationship attached to it, but there is a salary of 15,000, and that allows me to apply for my own green visa, self-sponsorship once again, for 5 years. Now, when I leave you and set up my own competing business with you, I will still maintain my 5-year self-sponsored visa. That's one type of green visa. The other type of visa is that similar relationship, but for example, I have the same set of qualifications, but I don't work for you. you, and I earn more or less, and this obviously would apply to a lot of influencers these days in particular, 30,000 dirhams a month. So there's a higher threshold in terms of financial benefits or income, and then that too allows you to obtain green visa for your own self-sponsored visa for 5 years. And then there's the investors. So students don't quite. I mean, I guess there's the successful, talented students, perhaps, which is the question you asked. They also fall into the golden visa, not the green visa. So if you've graduated from one of the top universities, the 200 world universities in the last 2 years, and you were called a distinguished student, then you'll also qualify for a golden visa for 10 years. But it has to be a recent university in the last 2 years. So otherwise,
do you have to be employed?
No.
Okay.
No. So literally, if you had recently graduated from the university in the last 2 years, and from any university in the UAE in particular, and you have decent grades, then you would qualify just purely on your academic achievement from the school. You'd qualify to have your own green visa for 5 years and for 10 years. Sorry, it's a golden visa. So green visa is not so much for students. For students, they would apply either through the university, and the university becomes their sponsor. Or if they have one of their parents who holds either golden visa or green visa, they can be sponsored under that.
What is the eligibility criteria for green visa? Is it the minimum income?
So the different types. So one is the minimum income, 15,000 if you're working for somebody, or 30,000 if you are self-employed, or if you're investing in the business. And the eligibility depends on the type of business. Also, if you own property and the property is below 2 million dirhams, also allows you to have green visa.
Any property.
Real estate property. I mean, it has to be in
Is there a
anywhere.
minimum?
Less than it cannot. If it's less than 2 million dirhams, right? So the minimum depends. It's before it was 1 million dirhams minimum. Then they reduced it to 750,000. So it depends on the property. Sometimes even property within the 750,000 dirhams may qualify, but it has to be complete, and it cannot be off plan, and it has to be fully paid off in order to qualify for this kind of visa for real estate.
Fully paid off. Like you can't be in the middle of paying off your mortgages. It has to be completely done.
That's for the green visa.
Okay.
For golden visa, if you own property and your property is more than 2 million dirhams, then you qualify for golden visa. And for this, you don't have to. You can apply even if the property is still off plan, and even if it's mortgaged, as long as you have already paid into the developer or the system 2 million dirhams.
Okay.
So if you, let's say, bought a property off plan for 30 million dirhams, and a lot of people in Dubai, as we know, do buy these kinds of properties, but you've already paid in 5 million, but your property might be finished in the next 5 years. So it's off plan, but you've already paid 5 million dirhams towards the purchase price. That will qualify you for your own golden visa for 10 years.
Does it have to be residential, or can it be residential or commercial?
Good question. It could be either. So for green visa, for property, that has to be your own. So it says residential. But for golden visa, it can be anything. In fact, it could be either property, or it can be any commercial or residential, or it could be investment. So another criteria for golden visa, if you've just basically contributed financially into the economy here, i.e., you have money in the account. So the same 5 million dirham example I gave you. So you could just have 5 million dirhams in your bank account. On the basis of that alone, you would qualify for golden visa for 10 years. So it's been a tremendous, I guess, motivating factor for a lot of people to come to the UAE, move money to the UAE, and set up businesses and homes and bring their families here because of that. I mean, 10-year visa all of a sudden. And remember, this is a lot of people who have businesses, and they come to the UAE. They love being in the UAE, but businesses are not necessarily here full time. So it benefits for them to have a base here, but they don't necessarily want to come back every 6 months and check in. So not having that kind of requirement attached to this particular visa also is a massive benefit for them.
Are there any lifelong visas or any lifelong residency given to investors who have like homes up to a certain amount?
I'm sure that's just a matter of time. But what one of the benefits, it's not quite, doesn't quite answer your question, but it's an analogous benefit is, so if you have a main golden visa holder, and that person passes away, so his family, whoever it is, the sponsor, they will get the remainder of that visa. Basically, they get to retain the remainder of that visa, so they can be here until that time. So in terms of lifelong, as long as you continue to invest or continue to have that same property, let's say, then the visa, it's renewable for the same period of time under the same conditions.
Amazing.
So in 10 years' time, you'll just renew for another 10 years, and so on and so forth. So the UAE, one of the other changes in the UAE laws, and there have been so many, so is the new citizenship law as well. So back to your question about the lifelong benefits, the UAE citizenship law has also introduced new requirements, perhaps more flexible requirements for qualification to obtain UAE residency. So there have been a number of foreigners who have qualified for UAE residency as well, and that's again on the basis of their contribution into the UAE economy. So it's all basically more or less business and economy related. So anybody who can contribute to the country, there are a lot of opportunities for them. Yes.
Okay.
What about freelance visas? What is the criteria for that, and how long does it take?
So freelance visa, I want to separate because people use that word a little bit not quite accurately, because some people will, for example, my older brother, I work for you, I'm sponsoring your visa, and I go and I do my own projects, right? And so I'm freelancing. That's not a freelance visa. That's just an regular employment visa. You're just allowing me to go and work for someone else. So that's not quite freelance, legal freelance sort of arrangement. But then there are many free zones and economic zones that offer the actual freelance visa. So one of the more common ones that we often work with is DDA, which is the Dubai Development Authority, previously known as TCOM. So they have a freelance visa. So the freelance visa, so that way you would get your freelance license, and you would get and on the back of the freelance license, you would get your freelance visa. Until recently, that was for 3 years. Now it's for 2 years. So basically there you get your own freelance license, and that is, you can provide services. So you could be in education, you could be in web design, in social media. So you get the freelance license, and on the back of that, you get your own freelance visa, and then you can sponsor your family. So that's basically one option. And then there you own boss. You're not necessarily, it's kind of called a sole proprietorship, but there's no limited liability, but basically allows you to work legally in the UAE. So that's one option. The other option, and it's called the e-trader license, also referred as a freelance. But for that particular license, you need to already be a resident here. So for example, if you have a golden visa, and then you can apply for this e-trader license, or basically a freelance license through the DED, which is the Department of Economic Development. And they have this sort of DED cafe. You go there, and it's very easy to apply. By the way, this is
a cafe.
Yes, yeah. I know, it's really like DED has really evolved, it's very nice. It's just that they've got baristas there. It's actually a proper cafe. So if you're a little younger, but back in the old days, DED was not necessarily a very modern place to go to, but now with this DED cafe, it's very hip. So and the whole idea is just to provide the kind of user-friendly customer experience. So they will open this or let you register for this e-trader license, a free trader license, within basically like half an hour, and it's only 1,000 dirhams. So for all those youngsters, for example, who have businesses, either they're on TikTok or influencers of sorts, or they're web designers, language teachers, so they can apply for that license, and now they will have their own residence visa that presumably for, let's say, from their parents, and they will have their own freelance license to be able to operate. And that license, 1,000 dirhams, and DD Cafe can open it for you you can register within just a half an hour.
That is incredible amounts of information that you've given us, and just clarified everything so wonderfully. But unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much, Ludmila.
My pleasure. Thank you. There's many more visas.
A whole bunch of questions.
I can keep coming to you every week.
Please do.
Yes.
I'm not even kidding. But before we leave you and wrap up for today, can you tell us where can we find you? What type of content can we expect from you? And any message to the people?
Yes. So we are on 17 social media platforms now.
Okay.
So the main one obviously is TikTok, and I got verified on TikTok as the first and the only still lawyer in the region that got verified. So thank you very much, TikTok. We didn't apply for it. Basically, just recognized for I'd like to think the quality of content that I provide. So obviously TikTok is perhaps one of our main platforms. We also have our own podcast, and that was for the last, 4 years, I've been hosting my own podcast, and that's Logical, L-A-W.
Hey,
Logical.
I see what you did there. That's so smart.
Logical, L-Y Law. And then we're on every other Instagram and Facebook and every other platform. Easily accessible, easily found. And in terms of what you can find and sort of the content you can find, I do on TikTok, I do weekly live Q&As.
Oh, cool.
So every Wednesday at 4 p.m., this is a free-for-all, so any people can write, submit their questions ahead of time or in real time, and I
legal
ask.
advice, questions,
It's
everything.
free legal advice. Yeah,
Amazing.
and yes, and once again, because my expertise is pretty broad at this point, so it could be about immigration, it could be about employment, it could be dispute resolution, could be personal status. There's a lot of domestic related issues or questions that we answer. So that's a weekly live Q&A, and it's either half an hour or an hour, depending on how many questions we've got. And depending again on the demand, I can also host more. And last week alone, we did 3 live TikToks because there was just a lot of demand. So that's perhaps, and then we're also live on Instagram and live on Facebook. So in terms of content, perhaps that's the one where people can really obtain free legal advice on a regular basis and sort of in real time. And with regards to kind of the more substantive advice, there's the podcast, which we also transcribe, and then there's loads of legal content, free legal content that we make available on a regular basis on all these 17 different platforms, plus including YouTube. So you can basically become your own lawyer. I can qualify you to be a lawyer if you listen to all my content.
Thank
I will
you
check.
so much. This has been such a pleasure, so informative. You heard it here first, guys. You know where to find her. Thank you so much for watching. That is it from us.
Yes,
Casey.
happy St. Patty's Day to all those celebrating. To you,
I know. I have a little bit of green, not much. So, but happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody, and thank you so much for the invitation. That was very insightful and fun. Thank you
so much, guys. That is it from us. We'll be back same time, same place on Monday. Well, not me. Casey's back. Casey and good old Simi G. Goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
This show is brought to you by the Augustus Media Podcast Network. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed it.